Hey guys, so disclaimer right off the bat, this is a rumor, but enough people have been all up in arms concerned about it that I did want to address it. Um, like I said, I have no idea if it's true or not, but I do have an opinion on it. Supposedly, President Trump's administration is going to quote unquote severely reduce the amount of happy disabled people because supposedly the administration wants to look around on social media and I guess determine who's disabled and who isn't. Now, first of all, it would never just be based on social media. Second of all, for those of us who do get government assistance because of a disability, whether it's physical, mental, whatever it is, if you are disabled and you get services, financial assistance from the government because of it, this is for you. I am not worried, and I'm actually looking at this from the lens of we know fake news exists, and we also know that things are framed in a certain way to make this administration sound evil and heartless. But I really want you to take a step back. Take whoever the president is out of it. Facts are facts. There are people who abuse the system. And those people make it a million times harder for those of us who actually may need the system. I, for one, would love it if we could cut back on fraud and abuse, because it is out there. And I'm not attacking anybody who, like me, I work part-time, okay? And I'm also working on my own business, which it's going to be a while before I am taken off of government assistance. Put it that way. I work hard, but it's a hard thing to do, to make it. But I will get there. But, excuse me, that's another story for another time. I see no problem with cutting back on the people who are abusing the system. Because, like I've said in many videos before, 54 plus million Americans are living with disabilities. $200 billion is supposed to be allocated to us, but we are consistently 20% of the world's poorest. That's going down, but it's still the highest there is. There's no reason why our quality of life should be that low, especially because there's fraud and abuse. And then there's people like Michael Avenatti, who it just recently came out. He had a case that his client won for, I believe it was $4 million, something like that. There is a big difference there, but I mean, either one is a lot of money, so I'm not even gonna go there with having to have the exact. The point is he allowed his client to believe that it was sufficiently less. And I'm lucky enough where I could look into something like that. But there needs to be more support out there for people living with disabilities, especially if you're living alone, where the wool can't be pulled over your eyes like that. You need support and honest people that are going to be like, okay, well, you're doing this case, you're, filing this lawsuit. You won. and here's the exact amount that you're supposed to be given. That, to me, is extreme fraud. But there's people who that happens to all the time, just maybe in a lesser way, and in a way that can be even more hidden from them, because you don't know who else is getting the money that the government is telling you you're not eligible for. Meanwhile, the people that are getting it are honest. How many people have gone to offices for disabled services? And I know I'm probably going to get hell for this from people with less visible disabilities, but there's no reason why certain people should be able to show up at those offices with sports cars, designer clothes, certain things need to be looked into at a certain point. I'm sorry. And my philosophy is, if you're not doing anything wrong, you have nothing to worry about. The same goes for those of us who are on the side of the immigration debate of, okay, we're completely against illegal immigration. And part of that is voter ID, right? The voter fraud, many people who are not citizens were voting. There's the debate of, should the census include whether or not you're a legal or an illegal immigrant. So if you're legal, who cares? You have nothing to worry about. Let the government look into it. You have nothing to hide, right? That's how I feel with disabilities. If you're doing the right thing, if you're going by the guidelines, and I'll take it a step more in detail, you can actually work. If you are physically able to work, you can work. There are ways. There's, I believe it's called right to work. Then there's also, if you're just on disability, you can make up to a certain amount every month without getting penalized, as long as you report it when you get the job and then when you're done. I had a seasonal job for, I believe it was 9 months, which is around, it was less than 9 months, and the threshold where I had to report it was 9 months. So, you can work. There's no reason to hide something like that. And I do think that part of the I don't want to say fraud, but part of the discrepancies that I would like to see get solved is the gap between what they cut you off on with your government assistance and what you're allowed to make, because it's significantly less. I think it should equal. Okay, if you're making what you would be making with your government check, then okay, they can take you off. But I see no reason why looking into fraud would do anything bad for those of us who are on disability for the right reasons. And it should piss us off that people abuse it. And we should want that to be looked into and resolved. That's just my opinion. You know, you can take it any sensitive way you want, but that's the bottom line. Take the person in the White House, if you don't like him, out of the equation, and look at how this would actually benefit those of us who need it and have every right to be on it. It shouldn't bother you in the slightest if you're doing nothing wrong for everybody to be looked into. So that's all I want to say on this topic. I might make another video right after this since I'm in the mood. So let me know what you guys think. Did I open your eyes at all with my views on this? You know, especially those of you who don't like the president and his administration. Like I said, you know, think of the issue as, you know, pertaining to your life. You know, like I said, I want nothing more than for something like this to be resolved, and for everybody who is eligible and deserves to get the help that they need from the government to be able to get it. And there's many who are abusing the system. By the way, I'm really trying to up my subscribers on here because I'm no longer able to go live. I'm no longer monetized because they changed the amount of people, the amount of views that you need. So if you are new here and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Please share this video with people who you think would be interested in it. Please, you know, watch my other videos, and if there's any other videos that you think would be of interest to your family and friends, don't hesitate to share. And I will talk to you guys in the next video.